Welcome back to painting. Yesterday we started talking about making a still life painting, which is a painting of objects. And you got to choose a reference photo. And we were using transfer paper, darker side down, and you can see the transfer paper is bigger than my watercolor paper, to trace or transfer the image. In order to do this, I just need a pencil or a pen. Either way works. I'm actually using a mechanical pencil and I have the lead like shoved up inside. I don't need to make a line on here. I'm just needing to outline where my objects are. So if you didn't get this done yesterday, this is where you do need to start today. Making sure that you are transferring everything you need to make a successful painting. So I'm going to transfer, like pressing a little lighter and a little harder where things are darker, where shadows change, where things are. So after you're finished with this, you're gonna put the paper clips and the transfer paper back on the counter. And what you're gonna do is grab a board out of the cupboard. There's a rolling tote that you can grab a board. And you can see I've got my transferred image and I have taped it on all four sides. So it's fully taped to the board. And I've also taped my reference photo next door. I have my colorful reference photo tucked into the pocket right now of my sketchbook. I will need that later, but right now I don't need it. So I'm gonna start after I've taped my paper down with my background. So I'm just gonna pick a color. I kind of want to think ahead to what colors I'm gonna make my objects. So if I look at my reference photo, the lemon and the apple are both yellow, and this jug is kind of a murky green, and the background is kind of a brown. I can make this realistic. I can replicate these colors, or I can change the colors, but I am going to mix up a background color. Sort of like that idea of a hazy golden brown back there. So I am going to mix up sort of a golden brown with a bunch of purple, because that is how we get brown. And then I'm going to start in my background. So I'm going to begin by painting the background of my still life. I can think about doing a graded wash. I could think about using some of those texture techniques that we learned how to make. So actually I'm going to do a little bit of both. I want it to be a little darker, gradually get a little lighter. And then I also am going to, now that I have this little corner here finished, I'm also going to take some paper towel and just put a little bit of texture in. Because I know that that will look a little more interesting than just a plain watercolor background. And then I'm just gonna continue. You'll see I stopped to do that before I got too far. So you kind of have to do that in chunks. Putting my darker color down here by my fruit. Making sure to remember to get inside the jug handle. Adding some water for that graded wash effect. Want it to get a little lighter as it goes up. And then I'm going to use my paper towel again. So this is your first job, painting a still life, is to paint the background. So go ahead and tape your paper towel, get your background done first.